Earlier this week, Gear Up, which stands for Gaining Early Awareness and Readiness for Undergraduate Programs, announced an $82 million grants to provide expanded opportunities for more than 100,000 at-risk students. Our next segment combines Gear Up and so many of the positive forces already showcased during American Graduate Day. From Tucson, Arizona, here's a story of Hector Araujo, the story of a dynamic young man who used the belief of others in him to change his mind, his self-image, and his life.
Every morning is the opportunity to start over again, to be able to start a brand new day. To be here now where I am and doing the things that I'm doing was something that I never thought was possible. At a young age, my biological father went to prison. I'd assumed that he was gonna come back until we went to go visit him in prison. And that was really, essentially when it hit me to see my dad in the orange jumpsuit, in handcuffs. That put a financial struggle on my mother that, caused us for some time to be homeless till we were able to get back on our feet. In our community specifically, our block alone, our neighbors right across the street, there was police activity all of the time. You hear families screaming, guys getting taken out, there's gunshots everywhere. And so growing up in that type of environment, you don't know anything more that, I'm assuming everybody lives like this.
Hector, to me, was kind of like the class clown from, 8th grade to, I want to say, junior year. When I use the term clown, I kind of associate that with everything from, getting in trouble with the police, being in gangs, violence, drugs.
His life started to turn around when Hector met someone he called this white woman from Boise, Idaho.
I would tell them that all the time, is that the reason I'm here is for you to be successful. That's what I'm here for. That's my purpose, that's why I'm here. It wasn't specifics, tutoring, math, English, reading, that we'll figure out, but my sole purpose was to get you here, get you to graduate, and get you to be successful.
As y'all see, Miss Johnson, she's high energy, and she came in, to this environment, to our junior high school in 7th grade with this program called Gear Up, which stands for Gaining Early Awareness and Readiness for Undergraduate Programs. Where essentially they're going to come into our schools and follow us from our 7th grade year until we graduate high school. In this environment where none of us can even spell college, let alone how the heck are we going to get there, here comes this program with a very energetic young lady who said, here's who I am and here's what I'm doing and this is why I'm here. I'm going to be with you all for the next 5 years and here's the programs we have to offer you. I believe in you. And I remember after the first meeting that we had about Gear Up, we are all kind of looking at each other like, this lady's out of her mind.
He had all this potential, and he talked about getting kicked out of the YMCA for fighting. And I was surprised. What? You were fighting at the YMCA? Yeah, I can't go back there. They won't let me back there anymore. And I was surprised.
He was a kid straight out of the hood, very thuggish even. And I had some misgivings if he was going to have the discipline at first, to really, deal with the sport that is demanding as wrestling. And he proved me wrong like he did everybody else wrong.
Hector also became an important member of the track team. He was chosen to be the captain of his cross-country team. And he was one of the youngest runners ever to complete the Arizona Ironman.
And they believed in me so dang much that eventually things begin to happen in your life when you start listening to some of the wisdom and advice that they give you and you follow it a little bit and you start seeing things progress and become better. But as much as I love sports, as much as I loved being involved and being a part of the team, my self-efficacy was, at 0%, and I didn't really believe in myself. Even though maybe I excelled through sports, I wasn't doing it academically.
But despite the best efforts of his coaches, his teachers, and Gear Up, Hector almost blew it all.
When I got arrested, it wasn't, what impacted me the most, because I was arrested right in front of my mother, and the look on her face at that moment really shattered the glass for me and kind of pushed me over the edge. And, being in handcuffs and seeing my mother cry and asking the police officers, why are you doing this? Was really, a very pivotal moment in my life where I decided that was going to be the day that I was going to definitely start thinking a very different way and hoping to choose another path and looking to choose another path.
He said, I had my probation officer say I could go to jail for a couple of months, or I could go to a camp for 1 week. He says, and my math wasn't that bad, I could figure out I should go to camp. So I'm just gonna show up. And then all of a sudden he started to participate in the activities and realized how opening they were for him to be able to see who he was in the mirror.
Anytown was one of the first things he did completely on his own. So he didn't have any of his really familiar group going with him. So I feel like it was a leap of faith, and I think it's a testament to the relationship that we had built.
You know, that was the first time I'd ever shared anything that happened in my life to that extent. And these are kids that I just met, they just got off the bus 3 days ago, and they know me better than my friends that I've known my entire life. And leaving there, I felt that if I could be that positive light to somebody else, knowing that every person I come across with is gonna be different, and that's okay. But as long as you're kind to them and care for them and show them that you're genuine, then I think, you know, one by one, you know, we're able to change this world and be a light for other people.
Once senior year came around, I was like, maybe this guy is serious, you know? So, you know, he started speaking at assemblies, he started doing the announcements, more professional, more serious, and it couldn't have come at a better time for him, really.
Hector went on to become his high school student body president, earned his college degree in political science from the University of Arizona, and he was honored with the Grad Nation Summit Youth Scholarship. Today, Hector Araujo's still running. An ambassador for Gear Up, he tells his story all around the world.
I'm gonna create a finish line for you, because the finish line right now in your life is prison. That's what you're looking at, that's what you're staring at, that's what everybody around you, that's what they're doing. But what are you gonna do? Let me give you the finish line. The new one is we're gonna graduate from high school.
You know, it'd be silly to say, well, you could be the President of the United States today without me actually believing that's a true statement, and I do believe that's a true statement.
You know, he always says you have to believe in the belief that others have in you, which I think is a very important thing, and we always joke around about diamond in the rough, but a diamond sure enough.
To have people to believe in you that much is so dang important. How can you fail?
That is an amazing story. And it just shows what happens when desire and grit and optimism and opportunity collide. Because anytime that happens, inspiring results are sure to follow. Now, Hector is still running, and none of us will be at all surprised. In fact, we'll all be excited when he does keep running, and one day for office. Hector continues to pay forward his gift of opportunity. Every day an opportunity is there for each of us to extend a helping hand, to inspire, to improve educational options and opportunities, to make a difference for ourselves and others in our community. You can visit our website and become an American Graduate Champion. Then you can also help to make a difference too.